It was a long, hot summer day, and the sun blazed down from a cloudless sky. A thirsty crow flew low over the sun-baked fields, his throat dry and his wings heavy. He had been searching for water since morning, but every stream was dry, and every puddle had vanished under the relentless sun. Water. Just a single drop, he croaked to himself, his voice raspy. He felt his strength fading and was just about to give up hope. Just as he was about to land and rest, a glimmer of hope caught his eye. There, in the cool shade beneath a large, leafy tree, stood a tall clay pitcher. With a renewed burst of energy, the crow swooped down, his heart fluttering with excitement. He landed gracefully on the rim of the pitcher and eagerly peered inside. Yes, there was water, but his joy quickly turned to disappointment. The water was shimmering at the very bottom, far too low for his beak to reach. He stretched his neck as far as he could, but it was no use. The cool, life-giving water remained just out of reach. Frustrated, but not defeated, the clever crow decided he wouldn't give up so easily. His first idea was to use brute force. He pushed against the side of the pitcher with all his might, trying to tip it over so the water would spill out onto the ground. He pushed and he pushed, his little claws scrabbling against the smooth clay. But the pitcher was far too heavy for him to move even an inch. He tried again from the other side, flapping his wings to give himself more power, but it was hopeless. The pitcher stood firm, mocking his efforts. Exhausted and disheartened, the crow hopped a few feet away and sat down to think. He ruffled his feathers, tilted his head, and stared at the pitcher with intense concentration. There had to be a way. As he sat there, deep in thought, his sharp eyes scanned the ground around him. He noticed a scattering of small, smooth pebbles lying near the base of the tree. An idea began to form in his clever mind, like a tiny seed sprouting. He chirped thoughtfully, a glint of inspiration in his eyes. Perhaps these little stones are the answer. He hopped over to the pebbles, his earlier despair replaced with a newfound determination. He carefully picked up one small pebble in his beak. He flew back to the pitcher and, with a soft asterisk, plink asterisk, dropped the pebble inside. Then he went back for another and another. One by one, he picked up the pebbles and dropped them into the pitcher. Asterisk, plink, plank, plink. Asterisk. It was slow and tiring work, but the crow was patient. With each pebble that landed in the pitcher, he saw the water level rise, just a tiny bit. This small progress filled him with encouragement, and he worked even faster, flying back and forth between the pile of stones and the tall pitcher. He dropped in more and more pebbles, his focus unwavering. Slowly but surely, the water crept higher and higher up the inside of the pitcher. The crow watched, his heart beating faster with anticipation, as the water level rose past the halfway mark, then even further. Finally, after dropping in what seemed like 100 pebbles, the water was high enough. It lapped just below the rim of the pitcher, sparkling and inviting. With a joyful cry, the crow dipped his beak into the cool, refreshing water and drank until his thirst was completely quenched. He had never tasted anything so wonderful. He felt happy and proud, not just because he had found water, but because he had used his mind to solve a problem that his strength could not. He had proven that where there's a will, there's always a way.